Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently within the final weeks of excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description detailing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 299. Our Shovelware diggers will be going on indefinite hiatus after week 300, following which will be a new series called No Nostalgia Retro Gaming, where Patreon supporters will be selecting retro games for me to play for my very first time, with this initial run of the series focused on the Commodore 64, a retro computer system I have almost no experience with. For more information on how to join the game selections for this upcoming series, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, Alkovsky has dug up DOSGAMES /arcade/CHMPAS12. Maybe it stands for champion something? Not really sure here. Okay, so this looks like it's probably an Asteroids clone. Champion Asteroids? Maybe that's what it's called? Wait a minute, wasn't that a later game? Or, I'm not sure. Well, we got an config file, doc file. Let's go edit champ, or not camp, champ, ast.doc. Okay, champ asteroids. Okay, there we go. The object of champ asteroids is to clear the field of all the asteroids while avoiding collisions with them and enemy spaceships. Each new level has more asteroids and tougher spacecraft to destroy. Game ends when all lives are lost. Okay, the funny thing about these controls right here is that it's assuming that you're using your right hand for controlling the movement, which would be Alt on the left finger and Control on the right finger. And on an old style keyboard, that would be perfectly comfortable. I am using a modern keyboard. Those two keys are a lot further apart from each other, so not quite so comfortable. Oh wait, it says here that there actually is mouse movement. So that might be interesting. And then it's left button to fire, right button for thrust, and then same with the keyboard, X for the hyperspace. Okay, that might actually work out better. So yeah, as you can see here, there's like a whole bunch of different champ games made by this John Champeau. And I believe these are basically just recreations of the arcade games. And I think they're freeware, because there's nothing in here about, like, even though he's provided a mailing address, there's nothing in here about registration. And yeah, I'd heard of these. I don't know exactly what happened to them, like if maybe he was like contacted by the companies and told, hey, stop doing this or something. I seem to remember there might have been some kind of controversy over this stuff, but I can't remember. It was a long while back. But I've never played any of the Champ games, though, so this will be interesting. So, Champ AST. Champ programming. With nice gradient. Is it going to do anything? Okay, I gotta hit a key. Okay, so we got a basic screen there. It's got help is F10. Okay, so we got some controls here. Oh no, wait, there is a registration fee. It's $10. So it's not freeware, it is actually shareware. So you can reset the game, change number of players, change difficulty. So F5 looks like it's going to change the control settings for player 1. And then F9 is going to be sound options. And plus minus change the speed. Okay. So if we go, can we do it from here? Like, oh no, it has to go back here first. Okay, so F5. So we can actually choose mouse control. And then F9. Okay, so that means there's sound. And then what was difficulty? F3? Okay, we'll leave it on medium. And I guess play. Okay. Okay, so first impression is that apart from the frame rate being garbage, this seems to play okay. So the mouse is controlling a cursor, and then my ship is automatically pointing towards wherever I point that cursor at. Yeah, the frame rate is not good. I'll measure the frame rate after I'm done here, so that I can I'm gonna measure the frame rate, and then post that frame rate count on the screen, because it's difficult to measure frame rates while I'm actively playing. I have to actually go and count frames. Although I seem to have beaten the first level. See, it's actually a little weird controlling it this way, because if I want to thrust, I have to actually move the mouse in a direction, like, sort of like where I want to thrust, but kind of not really. Now, it looks like I managed to hit the hyperspace in time. No! Okay, that didn't go so well. Okay, maybe I should try the keyboard controls. Where's the thing? Now, I can set between the first and the second player controls for player 1. I think the second player controls puts it on the other side of the keyboard. I don't know if the hyperspace controls are going to be the same, though. Oh, no, wait, the hyperspace controls are going to be the period key. Although then, what's going to be the fire control? Let's find out. Okay, so that's working as expected. That's hyperspace. And slash is my fire key. Okay, I can deal with this. Although apparently I can't see asteroids coming, because it just got blown up by one. Again, the frame rate is not good. So you really do need a... Whoops. You really do need a good frame rate to properly play asteroids. Also, I don't like that the UFO sound is so overriding that you can't hear any other sound effects while it's going. Like, I mean, it's understandable because it's all doing the PC speaker, but it's like... It definitely makes it more difficult to play when you can't... Because, yeah, you just can't hear any other sound effects. Jeez, that UFO is even more annoying. Very high-pitched. But yeah, apart from the frame rate, like, the controls work fine. Everything's a bit fast and twitchy, which... Also, the bullets are not... I'm noticing that because of how small everything is, and because of how fast the bullets move, occasionally the bullets pass through the things you're trying to shoot, just because of the way things are moving. So, the collision detection is not so great as a result of the low frame rate combined with the fast movement and small objects. And I died. Because, yeah, I'm just noticing, too, that there's a game over that appears, but it only appears for, like, a split second, and then it's gone. So, yeah, that was Champ Asteroids. It kind of plays fine, but at the same time, it's like, the frame rate definitely needs to be higher, because it's just so hard to... It's so hard to get things to work the way you want them to. And I'm also noticing that you don't have a lot of acceleration, either. Like, when you... Where is it? When you accelerate, yeah, it takes a huge amount of time to start accelerating. Well, not a huge amount, but definitely longer than you would expect. So yeah, it's not a bad clone of Asteroids. Let's put it that way. There's way worse clones of Asteroids out there. So for $10, it's not bad. Next up from RetroSwim, we've got WINGAMES /unclassified/Simon. I think it's pretty obvious this is just going to be like the basic Simon game where it shows the sequence and you have to repeat it, and it's only 36 kilobytes, so it's going to be a very basic version of it. Oh yeah. And it's in a resizable window, but we all know where this is going. It's not going to resize. No. Okay, so we have a sound option, and then we got about. So apparently this one was done by a Mark Gamber. And then apparently there's supposed to be a help file included, but wasn't included. So that's annoying. So we don't even know if it's a shareware thing or a freeware thing or anything. But, yeah. It's Simon. It's going to be super basic. So, ready for next round? Yes. So yeah, this is playing exactly as I would have expected. And it's a little hard to comment on because I'm having to memorize things as I'm talking. That doesn't go so well, but I seem to be doing okay for the moment. The one thing I don't like is that it keeps saying this ready for next round thing. Like, what if I say no? The game just ends. Like, that doesn't make any... Like, that's not how Simon generally works. The way it works is it plays the sequence, you hit the sequence, and then it immediately moves on. Like, you're not screwed until you make a mistake. And it's using the PC speaker, which is glitching up something fierce as a result of just the way Windows times things out, combined with the emulation. It'd also be nicer if the game actually flashed things properly, but it doesn't seem to do that. Like, there is actually, like, it's disappearing and reappearing, it's just doing it so fast that you can't really see it. So yeah, that was Simon. That's the basic version of it. And apparently I actually screwed up there. I think it was supposed to be the green at the end. Otherwise it would tell me to keep going. And apparently we can say play again, and I'm gonna guess if I hit no, it's gonna... Wait, why is this a button? That doesn't need to be a button. Why did you put the score in a button? Why didn't you just put it in a label? It's not like the person didn't know how to do labels. He did the labels with the freaking go to next round thing. So yeah, very basic Simon game. If there was any money charged for this at all, it would not be worth it. And our last dig for today from ZinfidelZT is DOSGAMES /cards /MILLEBRN. Well, definitely going to be a Mille Bornes clone. Well, I got a doc file, executable, and those are some old file dates. Holy jeez, is the Mille Bornes card game that old? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that much, but I never heard of anything Mille Bornes related until, like, the early 90s, so I guess it's older than I thought it was. Yeah, we'll check out the doc. So, type that in, and let's see here. So, or is it Mille? Is it it's because it says here Mille Bornes. Like, it could be Mille. I don't know. It's a French card game sold by the name of that by Parker Brothers. So, yeah, I guess it is that old. So I already know how to play this particular game. Heck, I even have a deck of cards for it. But I'm not seeing any particular other info in here. Okay, so it looks like that the version we have here is actually something that showed up in a magazine, specifically Creative Computing magazine, as a basic program. And that this version's simply been compiled and has some additional cosmetic changes. So this is probably going to be an extremely, extremely basic version of the game. But let's see what we got. So, MILLEBRN. MILLEBRN. That's what we should start calling it, MILLEBRN. Okay, so yeah, this is very basic. It's text mode. So number of cards left is 88. You drew a 200. Okay, so action to take. I don't know what to put in. Is there like a question mark? Must type D, P, C, or Q. So Q would be quit, D would be draw, P would be place, and C would be something else. Okay, maybe I should actually go back to the document for a second. So I'm looking at the instructions here, but it says that P is to play a card, C is the coup for A button, which would technically just be playing a card. Like, these do not need to be separate actions. And then D is for discard. Okay, so that makes sense there, because yeah, I didn't think drawing a card was a thing. Okay, so let's just play it. Let's just play it. So, Mille Bornes, as we called it now. And that is a terrible starting hand. Well, actually, it's not super terrible because we actually drew one of the safeties already. So we will play 7. So that gets us our extra tank there. And then I guess the next thing to do is to roll on. So play 4. We're on a roll. And so is the computer. But we can fix that because we can just give the computer a flat tire. Computer discards an out of gas? What? Why would you discard an out of gas? You would play the out of gas, or, oh, no, wait, never mind. I've got an extra tank. You can't give me out of gas. I got tons of gas. Okay, one fit of laughter later. Let's keep playing this. Okay, where was I? Okay, computer discarded their card there, so it's my turn again. Computer still has a flat tire, which means I don't have to worry about anything, so I guess we're just gonna play our 50-mile card. Computer discards another out-of-gas card, so I guess the computer's really mad at the fact that I got that extra tank. Play that 100 I just picked up, and the computer put me in an accident. Okay, so I'm not rolling at the moment, which means I can't play any mile cards. Not that I have any to play. So we're just going to put a speed limit on the opponent, because I can do that. Computer played an end of limit card, so, oh well. So start rolling. And, well, we're getting some mile cards. Yeah, I got no mile cards, so I got to start discarding things that aren't going to help. Well, gasoline's definitely not going to help, so discard gasoline. Computer discards a roll? How desperate are you in terms of your cards that you have to discard a roll card? Oh, that was smart. Computer just played the right of way, meaning that they were able to immediately go into another card. So the AI actually does have some intellect behind it here. But this also means that I can't actually put a speed limit on them anymore. Because yeah, that not only got them moving, but it also ended that speed limit of theirs. And it also makes sense why they discarded the roll card, because they knew they were going to play that right of way at some point. Well, given how difficult it was for the computer to get a spare tire going, let's just give him another flat tire. See how the computer likes that. Ooh, I got driving ace. The other thing is I've already pulled a couple of the accident cards, so I'm not sure if there's how many are left in the deck. So I don't think I'm going to wait on that. So I think I'm going to immediately put the driving ace out, and then yeah, let's just keep playing our mile cards. So okay, we drew a gasoline card. That doesn't help me at all, but I still have the ability to go, so let's go. Okay, so I'm trying to remember here. I know there's a distinction between stopping at 700 and 1,000. But I've already played a 200 card, and I know that you're limited to only playing 200 cards in the course of one game. So the question is, do I want to go for 1,000 or not? And I'm thinking it's going to depend on what cards I pull up next. So let's instead... let's get rid of the gasoline cards. So, where's my discard? Discard 6. Okay, I think the safe thing to do here is to play the 50. Okay, a 75 is probably not going to help me. The computer's rolling again, so that means I got to put him into an accident. So, let's play the accident card. The computer unfortunately has repairs, though. And I don't have any more cards that can affect the computer. So that's not good. Because yeah, speed limit's not going to work. They have right of way. So discard speed limits. And I drew another end of limit, but I don't think the computer's got any speed limit cards. So I'm going to discard the extra end of limits. I got another end of limit card. Oh, jeez. Spare tire. I already have one, so get rid of that. Okay, I drew a 25. That kinda doesn't help me, though. Kinda doesn't. So let's discard one of the roll cards. Okay, I drew another 25, so let's go for the win. So we're gonna play one of our 25s. And we're gonna play the other 25 we have. That brings us up to 700. So yeah, that was looking pretty sketchy at the end there. Like, I had a really good start there, but... so yeah, this plays pretty much exactly as I would expect it to. It's counting up the scores appropriately. Counting up the safeties, trips completed. The Coup for Ace thing, I haven't played the game in a while, so I can't remember exactly how that works, or why it needs a special key. But clearly there's a reason for it. And I actually started this one with 2 of the safeties. Holy jeez. Starting with right-of-way and puncture-proof. Oh jeez. And I can... Well, I'm not going to put the speed limit on the computer right away. But that was a heck of a way to start the game. So yeah, that was a computerized version of Mille Bornes, however you want to say it. That was produced for a magazine in the basic language, and despite the fact it's entirely in text, it plays perfectly fine. I can't stop laughing at that. That's so gonna become the title. I got tons of gas.